bad due to a late shower of rain, causing Hamilton to spin before resuming his lead in the closing lap, where Raikkonen crashed. Stewards went on to issue a penalty to Hamilton due to alleged corner cutting, dropping him down to third place. The first Belgian Grand Prix was held in 1925 and was designated the European Grand Prix 6 times between 1925 and 1973, when this title was an honorary award given each year to one Grand Prix circuit in Europe. In 1957, the Belgian Grand Prix had to be cancelled due to high fuel costs thanks to the Suez crisis. British World Champion Jim Clark took 4 consecutive wins here at Spa between 1962 and 1965, a feat since matched by the driver, Ayrton Senna. Jackie Stewart and Jim Clark. Today, the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps is located in Stavelot, not Spa. Spa was dropped after a event organized went bankrupt after safety improvements could be completed. In 1957, the Belgian cancelled the calendar on a number of absence from the F1 calendar on a number of occasions throughout the years. In 2006, Spa was dropped after event organisers went bankrupt before circuit improvements could be completed.
Oi, oi. It's an ad break, so I'll be back. Yeah, this is a bit shameful for me watching darts instead of doing HRA, but I've got to watch Luke Littler. It's a must. HRA may be the best league I've ever come across, but not every day you get some 16-year-old kid burst on the scene and nearly win 2 major finals in a row. Alright, here's for a rundown. Red Bull 1-2, beautiful stuff there. Matthew P3, Jaden P4 and Tronzik P5. We saw a decent, incredible race from Division 2, so if this one's anything like it, we are going to be in for one hell of a barnstormer here. We also have Maslin on the grid as well. George is out of the session, not sure what happened there. So one of the championship rivals will have to come from the back of the grid. And we will have Maslin in the mix. I'll do a quick onboard comms of his lap and then I'll go down and watch the darts, which should be done in about 10-15 minutes. But now Maz diving it into the first corner. He's just got here, so no practice for Magic Maz. So he'll be looking for a Magic Maz miracle. That's a tongue twister and a half. Dr. Zeus in it. He will be looking to just get a staple lap. First lap in the car in this season in Division 1. Good to have him back on the grid permanently. But he's not able to make every race, but still graces us with his presence from time to time. As HRA's most decorated driver of all times in terms of titles. I'm going to do calculations for points overall and wins for all active drivers, and I'm going to keep that updated for Division 1 only. If Div 2 wants it, unfortunately someone else is going to have to do the maths, because that is quite a statistic to maintain. But that should be hooked up by the end of the season, and then we will know who's got the most, who's got the least. But it's going to be quite tricky with multiple divisions, so I might as well just do it for all of them and hand it over to the admins who can update it at the end of the season. That's round the final bus stop chicane. Comes Maz to set his lap. 141.8, 4 attempts off pole, but with no practice. There's a decent banker on the board for Maslin. It is going to be an interesting start to it all. It's a bit of a random one, but on Jonathan Morley's TikTok channel, the Liverpool football content creator, content creator who's a Liverpool fan on TikTok. I replied to him because he's been doing updates on the darts. I replied to him saying you should do watch-alongs, mate, and he's saying he'll do it. Lovely. Good stuff. So we get some random guy to watch darts with. Yeah. Lazy goes P6, strong lap from the Alfa Romeo. Got a very strong 19 cars on the grid today. Beautiful stuff from Division 1. Some may be reserves, most full-time, but it is still incredible to see. And I'm going to grace Quattro with the person who has the cam on them for the rest of this qualifying session. With that, I'll be back once the darts is all done. For now, I'll make sure as well the start of the race, whenever it happens, I'll shoot upstairs, put all the broadcast stuff on, and all that jazz.
nationality, Brits have had the most success here. Notable winners include Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Jackie Stewart, and Jim Clark. Spa is known for its unpredictable weather, with rain frequently shaking up the race weekend. A warm welcome to our fans from around the world. Special guest Timmy Porter will be enjoying the weekend from his seat in Eau Rouge. Spa was designed in 1920 by Jules Detier and Henri Langlois van Oppen. Originally, the track used public roads between the Belgian towns of Francorchamps, Malmedy, and Stavelot. The first Belgian Grand Prix was held in 1925. Spa-Francorchamps was one of the fastest tracks in Europe and has a reputation for being dangerous, with most of the corners being taken at more than 180 miles an hour. In 1957, the Belgian Grand Prix had to be cancelled due to high fuel costs thanks to the Suez crisis. Spa demands extreme concentration and skill from all drivers. domestic driver at the start. In terms of nationality, Britain has the most success here. Notable winners include Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Jackie Stewart, and Jim Clark. The Bristol-Spa-Francorchamps was one of the fastest tracks in Europe and has a reputation for being dangerous, with most of the corners being taken at more than 180 miles an hour. The Swiss Belgium Grand Prix was held in 1925 and was designated the European Grand Prix 6 times between 1925 and 1973, when this title was an honorary award given each year to one Grand Prix person in Europe. Spa-Francorchamps also hosted Spa 24 Hours.
Alright, we've got Ironland out of the session already, retiring out on track. Quattro takes the lead then down the main straight. Poor start for our pole sitter, Maslin right in the mix there. Kasky trailing. Got the McLaren of Matthew May right on the back of this fight as well, and Tronzik in there as well, but he's got Jaden looking to the inside. But we have a VSC. I am back now. Darts is finished. Your boy Luke Littler, 16-year-old, got his title. And I am going to swiftly set up, get my laptop up with the Twitch chat open because my phone's about to die. No notes for this one, no championship standings. I'll do that right at the very end. Once again, severe and sincere apologies for the absence. A huge darts fan, more than F1 now. And Luke Littler, an absolute darting sensation. Win his first title was a match that I could not miss. If it was someone else in the final, I wouldn't have watched it. I think I've got my new favourite as we go green. Once again, Lewis M. Looking at this fight ahead of him, I've just found a tenner in my pocket. That's an absolute win. And that's a win for George. Clean round the outside of George. Sammy dives into the pits. Quattro sets the fastest lap of the race as well. In doing so, fight then at the top. Incredibly close. So he's got Maslin all over the back of him. As with incredible pace round tracks of this nature. In the slipstream he is. Looking for a move to the inside. Possibly, he has the momentum, not quite. Quattro with the superior straight line speed, but gets an almighty snap as the VSC deployed once again. I'm just going to bring the chat up real quick. It's a Twitch name, I should probably know this, but Womp I guess. HRA League. Alright then, chat is now open. Once again, apologies for the absence. Rob Den's got a drive through as well, and Quattro has bolted off the back of this safety car restart then. VSC restart. 2 VSCs in 2 laps here. The HRA getting a little bit messy. Got fights all over the field here. Got George closing in now on Lazy. Making a move to the outside here. It's going to be. And Lazy backs out of that very early. And George from the back of the grid already. This is giving Max Verstappen vibes. He's rumping his way to the front of the field. He has smashed the leader's lap time by 2 seconds that lap. And George is inevitable here. It's not if he'll get to the front, it's when. But is he burning his ERS, burning his tyres too much? Because cars ahead all have superior ERS, but the leaders are fighting. And here is that fight. Maz to the outside on the straight, side by side with Quattro. He's in a Red Bull duel here. He is alone in the Mercedes as there's a retirement in the pits from Rob Dent. Both Williams out by the end of lap 2 for their race. As Maz takes to the front, Quattro lost the position to Kusky as well, so he'll just look to recoup and regroup for another attack. Speaking of attack, George will be all over the back of Matthew May very, very quickly. George has absolutely shot up this field. He has come from very far back. He's up 13 positions right now. An incredible start to qualifying, incredibly poor start to qualifying. Flipped 180, but an incredible start to the race here for George. And as I said just moments ago, he is inevitable in this race. He will become a factor at some point. The pace is blistering. With the RS that low, he's going to have to wriggle his way past Matthew May, who's on similar pace to the leaders now. He's getting tougher and tougher with every car he passes to make a tangible move here. As that's wide as well for the hairpin. Jaden might look to pounce, unable to. He's got the DRS and superior ERS. Husky goes fastest on 0.45. The leaders now picking up the pace to respond with George and respond with each other here, because look how close these guys are. Incredible stuff here. We'll keep the reserve camera on George in the case of an overtake here, but there will surely be something here as the Red Bulls look to do the Mercedes dirty. Both of them duck out the slipstream, both of them to the front. Apologies for the shoddy camera work. That's wide there for Kusky. Quattro might look to pounce here, but he'll also be playing the team game. Yes, Quattro, an incredible team player. Been teammates with him a couple times. And he is thinking about himself, about his points, but he also knows that car in front has the exact same livery as... Oh, big snap! Quattro out! VSC deployed. Again, this is why reduced safety car can cause some issues, because that would be a full safety car, maybe even a red flag in real life. Reliability issues for Williams. And that is a Red Bull, not quite of a reliability issue. No front tyres on that car. A nasty snap from a rear lockup on the entry to Pouen. Nothing you can do when it snaps like that at high speed. As soon as you lose the aero load, the car just starts four-wheel sliding, just like your aquaplane. And if you can't snap the front back while you're on that, if you can't snap the front back in order while you're on the black stuff, even if you recover it, it's bumpy out there. And Quattro claimed by some sort of rear lockup or aero instabilities. Yeah, front tyre's pretty unreliable, Zoom. I'd agree with that. I mean, it's not in the car anymore. Sorry. Should joke about that. VSC is gone. I will put in a word with the lads to make a mid-season change probably to standard, because there have been multiple without it overheating. Perhaps an esports setup then for Quattro, some kind of setup that was on a knife edge. Because as soon as he put that, I was on board with him, and he put that tiny bit too much lock in, and the back just wouldn't have it. It's that exact same as when you're, say, for example, yeah, dirty air. Dirty air, that is a fair point. You do lose a lot of time, and crucially downforce in the dirty air. Maybe he picked up a bit of understeer the lap before, so compensated with a bit more steering lock. See George lifting off until the apex as well. Interesting one. We have the onboard of it from our angle. I might go through after the race and have a look at it. But look at this. Look at this. Scary stuff from George. Already with the leaders. And it was as it was 2 seasons ago. Kusky, Maz and George, 1, 2 and 3. but the pack have closed up with them in the recent seasons. And Tronzik, Matthew May, and maybe even Jaden, possibly even Hampan. As oh no, that's one car less. Matthew May in the barriers. He is out. Full safety car deployed this time. I really need to up my game in reactions to crashes, because that was two that were just so mundane, but that was not a mundane crash for Matthew. The throttle, just too much input, and the McLaren is out. So we are 4 cars down, 6 laps into this race. This is becoming a race of attrition here, and it will now soon become a race of strategy, as we will have a chance for the cars to dive into the pits, because the leaders crucially got past start finish before safety car was deployed, so safety car could not, or got past pit exit, sorry, before the safety car could, so they get a lap under Delta and have time to make their strategy calls. But strategy calls on the fly tend to be far better, because now you've got 2.5 minutes. Soft tyres, Mr. Zoom. That was what Quattro was running. So they now have 2-3 minutes. Think about what they're going to do, and overthinking starts to kick in, because you've got everything going around you, and unless you have a race engineer there to discuss it, push you in the right direction, maybe even tailor-make strategies to you, because that's what I used to do. Is oh, in the wall, Hampan! Getting distracted. Is Kuski's now out? What's happened here? What on earth has happened here? Hampan has left the session as well. What God's name's happening here? Husky's retired on track, so has Hampan. Lobby restart. Ironland has called a lobby restart, Alright. I think a lot of people getting caught out by things here, so we will have this all again. There's been a lobby restart since the start, lads. Because of the glitch. Yeah, because someone readied up early. That is why. Thank you, Zoom, for that information. Bit of a mess here. Quattro gets a chance to go again. I'm going to let this chaos unfold in general and not get involved. Till then, I'm going to slap some music on and relax. 17 viewers in here. Apologies. Yeah, Sergio Perez had this exact issue. I think you're a little bit quicker than Perez though. Has to be said. Alright. Crutcher saying a second chance at a race is not something that you often get, especially that Perez readied up early. Who was it who readied up early? Whoever it is, shame. Probably Matthew, says Quattro. Behead him. Off with his head. Yeah, that's understandable. I have seen Matthew May around before in certain different leagues. One hell of a rapid driver. Not starting on hards this time, yep. Yep. Maxwell, a good choice, my friend. Alright. We wait for the second chance. Till then, I don't know what to do, really. Oh, eliminations event returned. Charles Leclerc Pro Challenge. I do some time trial on the controller while I wait. No, I better not. They will be quicker. I doubt that. What's this? Big performance, right? Check my assists. See if I can beat the pole time. Which one's the upshift button? How the controller players not die at Eau Rouge every lap? Let's ask that as a question, alright? How? Ah, bastard. Ooh. Nasty save. Woo! Someone let me know when lobby's open. Oh shit, I've done a quattro. Alright, let's see if lobby's open. Ah, fair. Let me clarify, that wasn't an insult last time around. Deadass. Like that, you are correct there. Alright. I've probably got an invite, ain't I? Probably waiting on me. Sorry. Intrinsic. See if this is the one. Nah. Alright. What is F1 sim racing? Oh, yes. We having a bit of banter. Just to burn the time. If anyone's first time here, I'm so sorry. This is a bit of chaos that happens from time to time. This is why I should be more hot on chat. And be a little more organised with the Discord, but it is what it is. Speaking of, I think I'm just gonna mute up and chillax and wait for the action to restart. All right. Alright, we're hopping back in. No incident reports in Div 2. Yeah, that is incredible. The racing standards in that race were amazing. They were on limit at times. But yet again, Division 2 providing the action like always. But Division 1, after the lobby restart, Has a whole world of action to provide. 22 laps of it on this, the most grueling track on the F1 game. Auto spin, horrendous traction zones, some tricky tyre wear and temperature dynamics. Plus trying to stay ahead of your rivals means this is one of the most attrition heavy tracks on the F1 game. The bus stop chicane going to provide a good bit of our action today. The Camel Straight as well, but the drivers will do the most part. They all get another shot. They know each other's pace right now, so strategy will come into that mix. We'll now have a racing scenario, no fuel burn. Mazda's got some racing under his belt now, and he knows he's competitive today. So once you've driven some laps in racing scenarios against the very drivers you're going to be driving against post-restart, you start to get a gauge of how they drive, and it becomes strategic as much about your raw pace, because you know how they are on the day. You've seen it, you've dealt with it. Countermeasures must be deployed and all that jazz. So Maz asking about weather in chat, so I think there'll probably be some rain at some point this race. If I could get a driver just to give us the forecast in chat, that would be beautiful as well. But don't forget your setups as well, people. Those are incredibly important. Do not forget your setups. .35 will be the cue to go. Go Williams is the call from Edvir. Indeed, they'll be looking. Yeah, forget your setups. Makes it easier for Quattro. Indeed, indeed. The messages will go around the 35 mark, but once again, keep an eye on Division 1 General for the announcement from Ireland or Intrinsic. We're not sure which one it's the admin on call. We're already working up ideas to make sure that this is streamlined for future, to bring you the best racing action possible, and make sure these lobby restarts, which do have to happen because of EA servers being, well, EA servers, and an outdated game engine with outdated servers, you're going to have this. They'll come next game. I believe we're getting a new game engine, so online should be better. But go Williams is the message from Edvir in chat. It's got to go. Well, Williams have got to go better than they did before. Both cars out by the end of lap 2. Not sure whether that was restart related, but yeah, we'll make sure that we streamline this for future to bring racing action as soon as possible, because we've been here for about half an hour waiting for this restart. We made it near enough a quarter way into the race. Load shedding may become an issue. I think there's no load shedding today, but we'll find out. 5 red lights for Division 1 at Belgium. We are go here. Looks like a decent start for Kuski. Same for Quattro. Kuski holds the lead then into turn 1. all fair. There's bumping going on everywhere. Maxwell is having to witness that. He is now driving as well. Incredible to see him back on the grid from the back of the pack. Let's see what he can do. But Quattro at the front is currently leading, but for how much longer, as he has Kuski to pass. Unable to do so. Better start for Kuski this time. Side by side, Trappy and Davidus as well. Sammy looking to get into the mix. Sammy do, of course, a very strong debut race last time out. Let's see if he's able to make any improvements on that. There's contact between Trappy and Davidus. Sammy with a hot seat for this. These two are fighting fiercely for P7 here on lap 1. Gloves are off. That'll be a warning for Sammy. Not good news on lap 1. George Lewis has had a mistake in there somewhere. He's round at Pumor. And in the pit chicane, we can see Hampan losing the place there to Ash. He's all over that inside curb, which is quite scary with some setups. Tends to be auto spin. That's wide there as well for Ireland. George Plaster looks to make the move on the soft compounder tyre. He goes side by side with the Williams man. No fight put up as of yet. We'll keep the tyre graphic up here, as I believe that's going to play quite a big part here. So keep one eye on the lead, one eye on this lead that Kuski has pulled out here. 1 second already to the good. He's got the hammer down and he's gapping Quattro, doing what he needs to take his back-to-back wins here. Further back, we've got fights with Davidas on the back of Trappy, still last in the medium runners. But here comes Maslin to the outside on Quattro. Does he do it? No, he doesn't. That would have been an absolutely ridiculous move around the outside. I'm just quickly going to turn my music down just a couple clicks. Way back now. See Davidas all over the back of Trappy here. This one of the closest fights on track. We've got George as well, closed up to the other Williams and Rob Den. All over the back of this fight, and this train directly leads to P2. George looking to go in the same place he did last lap on Ironland. He will look to do it again. That's a mistake further back for Lewis. No front wing on that cut. See if he can recover it before a VSC is deployed. Looks like he's got it stern. But here comes Maxwell on Ireland. And here comes George. Look at that. Robden down the inside of ended. What a bold late lunge there. And George will pounce on the soft compound tyre. Superior traction. Superior throttle control. It's George looking to get past Robden. He's done one car. Robden unable to respond. Maxwell past Ireland as both Williams lose positions. Ireland back to the inside. He's now side by side with Ash after this fight. He is all over the back of Maxwell. It's incredible to see Ireland doing this at the top flight. Look at this. He's on the medium compared to the soft, and he's all over the back of Maxwell. Rob Den as well, looking to get back past George is all over the back of Ended as well. We're 30 wide down the Kemmel Straight. Look at this for action heading into Lake Com. Who will come out ahead? It's Ireland right now, but Ash has still got his nose in there. Maxwell lost out 2 possessions. Is it Ash? They're still side by side. 2 rows of line of stern. Hampan gets forced out here. Ash holds it. Ironland is still in the fight there. Side by side now with Hampan, who's past Maxwell around the outside. 2 wheels on the grass. Max has gone from P13 to P16, a matter of corners. Ironland does nicely to repass, but he's lost the position to Ash in doing so. Hampan now, he made an incredible recovery in the first attempt of this race, and we have him all over the back of Ironland here. This is only the fight for P14 and P13, but it is incredibly intense. No points on the line, but pride is on the line, and that is a big thing for a league racer. And Ireland will be proud of his defence that he put up against Maxwell there, but he'll be kicking himself that he let Ash slip through. Look at that, I ain't even turned the graphics on. That's how incredible this start has been. We've got Quattro and Maz have been going at it since the start of the race. That's a little bit of wheel spin there. Here we go. This is the fight that the leaders are embezzled in right now. Quattro in the slipstream of Maz. Look at the overspeed heading up through Radion. Down the Camel Straight we go. To the outside goes Quattro. You have a feeling that this is going to be a clinical move down the straight with DRS from the Red Bull. It is just that. Quattro takes back to P2. Maz fighting out there. Sammy Do is side by side now with Trappy. He's got past Davidas a couple laps ago. He's looking to do the same, but Davidas, he does have a nice view of the fight ahead, but he's got George on the inside. So Trappy stays ahead of Sammy, and George gets past Davidas, who's looking to hold it back around the outside. He's got to be careful of Ended sneaking his nose in there. They've got to be careful of Rob Den, who's caught up to them. This is incredible fighting from Division 1. I was saying that Div 2 threw up a barnstorm, but here we go. Yellow flags further up. It's a spinner. It's Intronsic has gone round there. Is there any damage to the Alpine? Not visually. That's a slow car there. Yep, the Alpine. Anyone looking to take advantage of the squabbling here, it will be Sammy on Trappy. Maybe, just maybe, he uses George's overspeed on him and George's pass perhaps to do something, but at this rate, George will catch and fly past him and Trappy before they can even blink. But eyes firmly open for Sammy, and eyes front as he looks to the outside of Trappy at the bus stop. This would be naughty from Sammy. Looks for the switchback once, doesn't go for the cutback there, holds it on the outside at the bus stop, gets the switchback between the right-left, and is now to the inside. George will hold the outside and maximise track limit space to get the best exit possible. Straighten out the car. He's side by side with Trappy and ahead. So crucially, there will be a massive, I believe, quadruple 6 cars in this fight here. Look at this incredible stuff. Ireland is in a fight as well further down with Ash. That's hotting up there, but we'll focus on this. George and Sammy fighting out. Sammy defends to the inside. He wants to keep this for now. He knows that he can keep George behind as a buffer, but no, George takes to P6. Yes, he does. Side by side between Davidas and Trappy as well. Ended looking to get involved in it. Rob Den might have a say in this fight as well. Davidas gets past. Trappy now will have Ended to look onto. VSC deployed, and a 5-second for Maxwell for a severe collision with Hampan, who has no front wing. No visual damage for Maxwell, but there's been a coming together between these two drivers, a bit of a squabble between the Aston and the Ferrari. The Aston looking to make a comeback this race. He's now going to have to deal with a 5-second time penalty when he takes his pit stop. Incredible stuff so far. This offers us a chance to have a break, have a little bit of a rest. And it won't be a very long rest because racing action will resume very, very shortly. Zended all over the back of this. 6-car fight for P6. They're all getting ready to go, keeping the tyres nice and warm. We'll be going green very shortly. Any drive-through penalties to watch out for. They're all gunning it, but they're all backing off there. That's very nearly a Mugello 2020 incident there with them backing up. Clearly we're going green, but it's taking a little bit of a while here. And going green down the middle of a straight. It's all about the reaction. That's a really good reaction from Trappy. Migrating Hostess and Trontic has left the session. Not sure what that's about from Intronsic. I'll look to invite him once this action is completed down the Kemmel Straight. We go then. Look at this. 3 wide for just a second. Davidas loses 2, maybe even 3 positions here. Indeed, 3 places lost. That is the power of the Kemmel Straight, as we can see Ended all over the back of Trappy. This is incredible stuff here. I'm quickly going to ping Intronsic an invite to game. Intronsic. checking the Xbox menu first. Game invite has been sent to Intronsic. What has happened in the race so far? We had a massive delay for a restart thing, and so far there's been incredible fights. 6 cars were fighting out for P6 for a second. Trappy has since left that fight while he was fighting with Ended, and that fight will continue here. As you can see, we've also got the leaders incredibly tight. Quattro, Maz and Jaden running on the same piece of track within a second of each other as it stands right now. Just ticked over there, but that is a fight that I'm going to quickly blink to and keep an eye on. Lewis gets the time penalty. Einland as well was in the fight, but he decided to pit under the VSC. Here's that fight for the lead. Jaden, Maz and Quattro fighting out for P2. Incredibly close stuff as here comes Maslin. We were talking about the fight, and he's kept it going. Up to P2 now. Yellow flags out on track in Sector 1. Nothing bad there. I think just a glitched sector split there as Robden and Ended going side by side. There's a car off the road there, and Robden rejoins right in the path of Ended and Trappy. As here to the inside goes Trappy on Ended. This would be an incredible move. Down the inside goes the Alpha Tauri. That is incredibly bold. Lap time of the pole, I'm not quite sure. I wasn't here for it, but as soon as stream finishes, you're free to click through and have a little check. Quattro holding firm with Maslin after he re-overtook. George as well struggling on this attempt to get back up. As everyone has settled into the groove now, and that restart really hampering his progress. Yeah. Alright, I've been told to be a little bit quieter. Getting too invested. I wonder why. Racing action this good, it's kind of hard not to. Alright then. This fight continuing down the Camel Straight then. And dead to the inside of Trappy. Looking for the overtake. Cuts ahead. Nicely done there from Ended. As Maxwell leaves the session. Not sure whether that's a real leaving or a disconnection, but I will give him an invite. Things sort of settling down here, but they never settle down for too long around a track like Belgium. There's always something to spice up the race. George looking to dose up the action, spice it up here, and get past Lazy and up into P6, P5, but he will be 8 seconds off the lead, if not more. Lazy lifting off at Blanchimont to let him pass, and contact being made there. Oh, look at that down the inside. Opportunistic and bold from Sammy Do there. Up into P6 and holding with George, crucially for his race. This is really pulling him along, because George's tyres will be going off soon, and Sammy is sticking with our reigning champion. Side by side, look at that for P2. Jaden taking it then. The medium starting to come into their own, because into the pits has come Maz. So this is a crucial outlap for his race, looking to take the mediums to the end of the race. Tronzik fighting out with Hampan here. Fresh out the pits in Tronzik. He'll be looking to repass down this straight. He's got the longest, most powerful DRS straight on the F1 calendar. Well, most powerful DRS straight on the F1 calendar to deal with. And he makes light work of the Ferrari of Hampan and moves himself up into P14 in this one incredible recovery drive he's going to have to pull off here after that earlier disconnect. Same said for Maxwell. He's got time to make up to Rob Den as well as all over the back of this fight. I'm quickly going to change my song because it's giving me the worst one on the playlist. So here we go then, in the slipstream, heading down towards Blanchimont. I'm going to close chat and bring up myself a track map. Rob Den, firmly behind here. Yeah, chat is closed for now, lads, just for the rest of the stream, because I am going to be keeping an eye on the track map just so I can keep my names right. No names needed for this though. This is the run down to Radion, Eau Rouge and then Radion, and that is Rob Den getting past the inside of Trappy, who will now look to respond down the Camel Straight as we head on this blast out of ERS there. Trappy in the fight, red light flashing. Sammy gets a 3-second time penalty as well. He was doing his best to keep up with George, who has pit then. And Quattro comes out behind Maz. Husky as well on the soft tyres, who have bolted ahead. These guys will have this fight that we were just following of Rob Den and Trappy to dodge around. And this is where the likes of Jaden will be making up his time. Despite being on the worst tyre, Jaden has no traffic to fare. And look at that for a move round the outside of the exit of Pearl, and you don't often see that. Clean from Maslin. And Quattro will look to do the same outside of the second of the Piff Pass. Incredible stuff there at the fan chicane for Quattro. And he looks to take advantage of this traffic. Traffic management is incredibly crucial in the F1 game. Darting out the way there, Trappy does not want to lose any place from this, forced to lift up the throttle, but he's in the slipstream, and he'll probably see one welding of the dive bomb here from Maz. Doesn't quite go for it, but locks up, and crucially, that invites Trappy back into it, and that also invites Quattro in it. Bit of shoddy camera work there, sorry, but you can see that Quattro is sticking with Maz here. Both running low on ERS. Both struggling here, but Rob Den and Trappy will look to get DRS here from these guys, just about pulling it off. George is 7 seconds behind this fight, and we can see Kusky as well has come out clear of any traffic. 1.8, the gap there has come down substantially, but these guys have older tyres. But this will be what brings them back into it. The constant repassing under DRS. Might clock them back into this fight for the lead. Their tyres will be off peak now and dropping off that 3 or 4 lap peak you get out of tyres, where they are incredible. Karski will enjoy many laps of that to come. Quattro probably the best bet to close up so far. You can see his rival 1.2 in the distance now. It's closing in. It's becoming ever more possible in his eyes. He can win this race today. He can take points off of his teammate. There's a 1-3 last time out for Red Bull. They will be looking to better that here, because if they can stick ahead of Maz, Will Buxton quote here, if they can stick ahead of all the other cars, they will finish 1-2. Mind-blowing stuff, I know. What can I say? Could back off and pull up a bit of team games, but we've seen the power of the DRS today, and we've seen triple passes down the Camel Straight, so I don't think that's an option on any Red Bull driver's lips. It's Purple there for Quattro. He looks to close in on Kusky. Jaden as well will have the advantage of soft tyres. Once he's come into the pits, and Trontic as well, closing back up to this fight. We've got Sammy Doo's just overtaken Lazy, heading down towards turn 1. Come on. There we go. Oh, come off it. And power cable's disconnected. Give me just 2 seconds. I've seen there's a change for the lead. Change for P2, my apologies, but change for the net lead. And here's going to be a change for P8. Lazy and Sammy side by side. Incredible stuff from these two. Sammy looking for the switchback there. Kusky has re-overtaken. Maz has re-overtaken Quattro. So it was a change for P2 on the net. Lazy stays ahead of Sammy, but Sammy has fresh soft tyres that will take him to the end of the race here. Did Sammy pounce too early to go onto them soft tyres? Or is he going for a 2-stop here? If he is, he needs to get past Lazy ASAP. As we head down towards Blanchard on those yellow flags. For Robden. No, it was an incredible race so far for Robden, but he's binned it on the exit of Blanchard. Maybe contact in there. That is heartbreak for Robden and Williams. Their best shot at points so far this season. Gone in a heartbeat. Right on the back of Kusky. Here comes Quattro. He will take to the front of this fight. They are reeling in the back of Kusky, and there's nothing Kusky can do here. He's using everything he's got in his powers to keep these guys behind, but they are closing bit by bit as Lazy and Sammy side by side. Lazy repasses Sammy, who seems to be going for the moves a little bit too early here. Playing the game tactically. Must make these moves near the end of the camel straight, because if he passes before turn 1, Lazy is just going to repass as Lazy chops across there. Incredibly aggressive defense here. Surely not the inside put on. No, not on this occasion round for Sammy, but he is firmly in the fight here with Lazy and looking to pass on much fresher tyres. This is a defensive masterclass we are witnessing from the Alfa Romeo, playing the strategic game that you have to play oh so often at Belgium to its fullest and finest. Sammy looking for the overtake here. Putting up over the wrong car, that's why I can't see. There we go. You can see him on the left hand side of the screen, and we can see him on the broadcast camera to the inside at the bus stop. Does it cleanly. But he's given Lazy DRS for this and next straight. Quattro chopped off this lap a little bit compared to Kusky, and they are starting to lose sight. As that's why we have rain here at Spa. Yet another factor thrown into the mix, and this is why Jaden stayed out. Will he box or enters at any point soon? His tyres are going to be screaming out for help. Has Jaden potentially pulled off one of the greatest strategical masterclasses in HRA history? We're going to take the track masterclass and see what chat is saying about this, because rain is falling. There is your answer, CDLS. The rain is falling, and Jaden is now in the next lead. Before we were sure it was Kusky, but now it's looking to be Jaden. He has played his cards right, and Haas on the net lead in Division 1. It will be Jaden to try and bring their name home first at the checker flag, but he's got to survive this intermediate period. as that lead cuts down lap after lap. His tyres truly not with it anymore. Seconds, he is losing a lap here. It's Trappy and Ash fighting it out. Teammates, so not much going on there. Trappy just being let past. As Sammy into the pits then. Stick on the intermediate compound tyre. Keep an eye on Ironland's lap times and that gap to the car in front because it's going down right now. But will it keep going down? Sammy, the second car. Going up, sorry. Sammy, the second car on the inters. Kasky incredibly is closing up already. He's gained a second in half a lap to Jaden. So Kasky pushing on through this weather. He has confidence. He surely has practiced this before. Because if you don't practice changeable weather conditions at Belgium, you ain't practiced. Jaden will be hoping it's this lap for the inters, otherwise he may lose the lead here. Played a strategical masterclass so far. But you have to say he must be in this lap if he wants to hold the lead. Does he gamble? Does he roll the dice and dive into the pits now, hoping it gets wetter? No, he will stay out for another lap and have to contend with Kasky behind. Does any one of the leaders dive into the pits? No opportunity then, because the intermediates are still losing a substantial amount of time to the dry tyre. There is now lift and coast. DRS enabled. There is now lift and coast through Eau Rouge there. Here comes Kasky to the back of Jaden, unable to do anything now, but 10 laps difference in tyre compound. Quattro to the inside of Maz retakes P3, and these guys have to be thinking about this being it. This is a timing glitch here with Davidus. Ignore this, please. So what on earth is going on here with Davidus? Maz gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. Kasky leaves the session. Is that a disconnect from Kasky? What is going on here? Davidus' car seems to be glitched. Maybe a bit of desync. I'm probably desynced, aren't I? No. Kasky's disconnected. I think I'm desynced. I don't know, I'll give Kasky another invite just to get him back in. It would be a damn shame to see the race settled like this. That gap at the top cutting down lap after lap. So the time penalty is going to have to contend with that. Jaden's box for the soft here. That's a blunder from Jaden. That's an incredible blunder, and it may cost him the race. I know, and he should have pitted for Inters. He bolted the soft tyre on. Sammy on the Inters is losing out incredible time here. The Inters not firing up, not doing their bit here. DRS is still enabled and we are still racing. There we go, it's finally getting going. After his AI dives out the way. Sammy's out of the session. Safety car deployed. Race blown wide open here. Incredibly heartbreaking for Sammy. I'm so sorry to see it end like that, so close to the end. But them Inters really struggling on temperatures. And we have a full safety car deployed here. I'm going to take this time to quickly change my music because I'm listening to an absolutely shit song. Kuski's rejoined the session. He's back in and he still has the lead. Yeah, Kuski Boat was giving it straight away A5, don't you worry, mate. I gave him 2 just to be sure. Back in the session now. And right now, they can keep this one too. They can keep it. What do you do? Do you pit? Kuski now has regained control of his car. Relief for Kuski. Relief. Tampan retires in the pits. Maz and Quattro are into the pit lane. So is George. Jaden maybe as well. No, stays out. Will be a rear gunner for Kuski. This is incredibly interesting. We don't know how wet it is. We don't know if these dry tyre runners are going to bolt away into the distance or whether it's going to be the other way around. Because the others have put softs on as well. Robden, the only driver on Inters. Surely Robden can't. But if it's too wet, Robden can, and he will. This is such an interesting dynamic for this final stint. A near repeat. Yeah, alright. Issues with Davidus he keeps jumping around the grid. I can guarantee he was not in third. He is several laps down. But he is third on track. He's AI. And that's going to throw a spanner into the works of Madeline and Quattro. Davidus will cause a massive issue for them. Safety car will not be in this lap. Most likely being next lap. This is intense. This is incredibly intense. Jaden into the pits. Jaden dives into the pits. Is he putting on the green walls intermediate tyre? Yes, he is. A gamble among gambles. The gamble of gambles. Jaden knows he must play the cards. Has he revealed pocket ace? This is mad one. This car, I do not believe, is there on other people's screens, but I'm not sure on that one. As this penalty will cause him issues. George being right on the back of this will also cause issues here. It's going to get intense. That's for sure. Is a safety car in this lap? Or will it stay out for another? Just finding a good one here. Jaden's got a 20-second time penalty. That will surely be removed. I'm gonna say it for a fact that will be removed. Here he goes then. Here goes the field being backed up by Kusky. He has to clutch. He has to pull this off. He will have 2 laps as it was 2 days ago in Div 2. He'll have 2 laps to make it number 2. To have Red Bull have back-to-back wins in the top 2 divisions. Jaden's pen, I'm sure, will be removed CLDS. As a racing steward myself, I can say I would remove it. But here we go. This is where it gets interesting. Is it wet? Is it dry? Who knows? All I know is we're going racing, and already Maz is looking to pass David's AI, and my controller picks this moment to disconnect. And to the inside goes Quattro. He's already side by side. Davidus' AI dropping back. Not causing any issues as of yet, but here comes Quattro looking to stick with the back of Maz. He knows he has to stick within 3 seconds, but that is a spanner in the works now for Quattro. He himself has a time penalty, so this is not a, oh, I can pass this guy now. I must pass this guy to hold position to the outside in the wet. This never ends well. It's not ended well for Maz. A big snap of oversteer on to the grass. He goes, holds it together. Incredible save there from Maz, but it's dropped him out of the fight now, and now he's in with the likes of Trappy, Ended, and Lazy. And Quattro all over the back of Kusky as well. He knows he's got to get this position and make up 3 seconds in a lap and a half. That's going to be incredibly difficult. But he is being an incredible rear gunner here for his teammate Rob Dent. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As a racing steward, I can say that penalty for Jaden will be removed. I'm not a steward here in HRA, but that I can tell you for a fact is the most BS penalty you will ever see. Rob Dent and Lewis fighting it out. Jaden is with these guys. He's not making up many positions. but he's sticking with them. Makes me think, is it time? Because these tyres surely will be dropping off very quickly for these guys. But look how tight this is at the front. Quattro being the best teammate you could ask for, defending right to the inside on George, who has the inside line. They make contact, they bump wheels. Quattro knows he's got a penalty, so he can just send it. These guys, surely not. Surely he's not going to back out there. They're going to go side by side up through Eau Rouge. Incredible stuff. Contact made, and George is spun round. Saves it, but there is going to be an almighty shunt if he doesn't ghost back there. George round. The stewards surely will have a look about that, and I can guarantee you, VOD viewers live, the general chat is going to explode after that one, because that has somehow re-slotted them back together. And Quattro's overtaken Kusky. He knows he's got to pull out the 3 seconds here. He knows he must let him go, but he's got to be careful not to lose out too much himself, because I don't think he's fully grasped the gap in pace between himself and his teammate. But also at the same time, this is a very strategic game on this final lap of the race, because if Quattro can pull out a gap to Trappy but not Kusky, then he will take a P2. But if he can pull out 3 seconds, which is looking likely that he will here, he may just find himself on the top step of the podium. It's all to play for here, heading into the final chicane. 2.5 seconds is what the gap is. He has to find 4 tenths in this final corner. We will have to wait to the line to see which Red Bull driver takes it at the last. Will it even be Trappy who takes it? For now, it's provisionally Quattro. Will it stay Quattro? It's Kusky takes the win. Back-to-back wins for Red Bull. Back-to-back wins for Kusky, and a 1-2 for Red Bull. Trappy gets on the podium. A 1-2-3 for the Red Bull teams. Incredible stuff. Yet again, Red Bull unstoppable. Congrats to Trappy on the podium as well. Well deserved. He fought hard all race long. George gets driver of the day. But for me, driver of the day, I think it's Jaden with that strategical call. I don't think he meant to put on the tyres, but that he did earlier on when it started to rain. But he would have been in the lead of the race had it worked out with going onto the correct tyre at the correct time. But I can give strategy of the day to that, but drivers of the day, it's got to be the Red Bulls. They take home maximum points here, but controversy will be in chat, I'm sure. Yeah. What a race. Can confirm Davidas did not finish 9th. Remove him from your viewing eyes. I don't think he finished 9th anyway. I know he had pace, but I genuinely can't confirm if that's real or not. There's just a lobby glitch. But look at that for a race for Red Bull. 600ths at the end. But if I was Quattro, my personal opinion is do not open general chat. Do not do it. Say your GGs, but turn your phone off, mate, because it is going to get spicy in there. George will not be happy one bit. He will feel he has left no space. Of course, the stewards will review it, but what an incredible race. That 20-second penalty surely will be removed as well for Jaden. So I think he will nick some points at the end. What an incredible race. And what an incredible race for Red Bull as well. These guys are just on top They are the team to beat. Yet again, we end off the stream with a Red Bull at the top step. Incredible stuff. My voice is starting to fully go, so I've been Apollo. This has been HRA Division 1, Round 2 around Belgium. We'll leave it off with yet another Kusky win and yet another Red Bull win. What a race. See ya. Bye-bye.